بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله حق حمده والصلاة والسلام على خير خلقه محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم سبحانك لا فهم لنا إلا ما فهمتنا إنك أنت الجواد الكريم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي وأفوض أمري إلى الله إن الله بصير بالعباد اللهم صل صلاة كاملة وسلم سلاما تاما على سيدنا محمد الذي تنحل به العقد وتنفرج به الكرب وتقضى به الحوائج وتنال به الرغائب وحسن الخواتم ويستسقى الغمام بوجهه الكريم وعلى آله وصحبه في كل لمحة ونفس بعدد كل معلوم لك اللهم إنا نسألك علما نافعا وقلبا خاشعا ولسانا ذاكرا وشاكرا وتوبة نصوحا اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من علم لا ينفع وقلب لا يخشع ودعاء لا يسمع وعمل لا يرفع ونفس لا تشبع ربي يسر ولا تعسر ربي تمم الخير ربي زدني علما وفهما والحقنا بالصالحين لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our siyam, our ibadat, all of our good deeds inshallah ta'ala. As Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, any nawafil act in this month is elevated to the level of fard in terms of hasanat. Any fard act that you commit, in other words perform, any fard act will be multiplied by 70 times. Inshallah, there is not a single effort that is wasted. A month of taqwa training, month of self-control, month of sabr, and the rahmah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is upon us inshallah ta'ala. The greatest gift of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon the Muslims is month of Ramadan. That's why Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, the month of Rajab belongs to Allah, month of Shaban is my month, and the month of Ramadan is the month of my ummah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala include our names amongst those Muslims who are awake, switched on, who understand the reality of Ramadan inshallah ta'ala. Today I'm going to start on the counsels in 3 from the little book of Imam Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani qaddasallahu sirrahu al-aziz al-Munabbihat. Inshallah ta'ala, it's a hadith of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and we'll try to explain to the best of our ability. روي عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أنه قال من أصبح وهو يشكو ضيق المعاش فكأنما يشكو ربه ومن أصبح لأمور الدنيا حزينا قد أصبح ساخطا على الله ومن تواضع لغني لغناه ذهب ثلث دينه صدق رسول الله أو كما قال فيما قال. It's narrated from Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, where he said, the one who wakes up in the morning and openly complains about the scarcity of his means, his livelihood. He hasn't got any money, he hasn't got this, he hasn't got this. What kind of a life is this? I am suffering, I am this. Constantly talks to people. Who are the people? Also, servants of Allah. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, this person is woken up in the morning as though he's complaining against his Lord. He's actually going and complaining about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to his creation. Second, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, the one who wakes up in the morning and is so sad in his heart over the affairs of this dunya. He's not saying anything to anybody, but he is sad in his heart about the things not working out for him, in a state of anxiety. It is as though he has woken up angry with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He cannot accept his qadr. He cannot accept what is given to him in terms of his rizq. He is not saying anything to anybody, but in his heart he's not happy. Therefore, as if he has woken up with sakhitan, absolutely angry with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The third, however, is more interesting. وَمَنْ تَوَاضَعَ لِغَنِيِّ لِغِنَاهُ. And the one who humbles himself in front of a wealthy, rich person purely because of his money, because of his wealth. ذهب ثلث دينه. This person who does this will have lost 2/3 of his deen. Religion is gone. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us, gave us gifts. Everything belongs to Him. Everything. Every dharra belongs to Him. The moment that we woken up, that we came into this world, we found people. They are called mother and father. Nothing worked in our body. We found food, milk, ready for us. As we grow older, they look after us. They care for us. They love us, although we give them a hard time. They look after us. Yes, a time comes, we receive education, then perhaps marriage, then children of our own, as if everything belongs to us and we have a right to, which is absolutely not correct. We don't own anything. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is our owner. In this day and age, many of the youth of today, they think that it is their right, whatever they're asking for, from their parents, from their society. They think that it is their right. Right is sought when there is injustice. There is no equity. There is no equality. Yes? But if you don't have anything at all, you don't own anything at all, what right do you have to ask anything, for anything, so that you can be unhappy? Did you have anything to say when you came into this world? Do you know how long you're going to live? Your rizq is guaranteed. Do you have anything? No. Allah owns you. And yet you turn around in times of difficulty, affliction, tribulation, some hate, some trouble comes to your life, you begin to talk angry, as if there is some injustice happening, made to you by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What right do you have to complain? Nothing. But Islam teaches us, for the first disease, that we constantly complain about being sick, being suffering, being this, lack of livelihood, lack of means in life. I'm stuck in this life. They took people. The remedy is, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says, when you feel this way, you look at people who are less fortunate than you are. The people who are suffering more than you. Yes? And make shukr. Never look at the people of dunya who's higher than you in terms of wealth. Because if you look at their wealth and their luxurious life, it might put that anger into your heart. Human nature. So we need to look at people who are less fortunate than us. In both cases. There is not a single servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who does not go through either tribulation, trials, difficulties, troubles, some test, or some ni'mah, some blessing. But everything temporary, nothing is constant. It's not hailing every day. After a few hours it will be sunshine again. This is the nature of the world. And wallahi al-azim, everybody's tribulation, everybody's imtihan is absolutely unique to themselves. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will never and ever test you from your strongest point. Will always test you from your weakest point. Whatever makes you anxious. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, Inna al-insana, verily human being, created, khuliqa. Yeah, created how? Upon halu'a. Halu'a. What does that mean? In a state of constant anxiety. We're constantly worried. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? If something goes wrong, oh no, what am I going to happen? You look at the mirror, oh no, I've got some wrinkles. What am I going to do? Yes? Oh, my hair is getting grey. Oh, this happened. Oh, this happened. Oh, this happened. So the smart alak, other human beings who worship this dunya, they have created a system. If you're a woman, you're aging, they sell you creams so you can look more younger. Because they want to stop your anxiety of becoming old. The whole advertising industry is employed by the whole advertising industry employs psychologists, psychiatrists to study you, how your nafs works, and they come up with advertising material, the products to sell you. Losing control. What's going to happen? The thing's going to happen. What's going to happen? There is no ever remedy for old age or death, says Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. But as the body of a human being, the packaging gets older, he says his desire to cling on to this world gets younger. This is human nature. Muslim has to look at things differently. A person, a Muslim, is never devoid of one of those 4 conditions. Mashaykh al-Kiram, radiyallahu ta'ala alayhim ajma'in, they tell us. One is a person might be right at this state in his life, this moment, in a state of ni'mah. MashaAllah, some blessing. You're healthy. Alhamdulillah, you're young. Everything works well. You're on autopilot. And you're making good money. You got married. You've got kids. You are, MashaAllah, happy. Yeah, ni'mah. In this state, you are required to make shukr. Constantly make shukr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The second state is niqmah. Niqmah is a test. Some tribulation, some difficulty, some sickness, some whatever the trial that you're going through, according to your weakest point. Yes? If you're not sick, you should worry. Why am I not sick? Awliyaullah used to cry, why am I not sick? Is Allah angry with me? Because Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam one day laughed, smiled like this. They said, Ya Rasulullah, why are you smiling? He said, I found human beings so strange. They run away from sickness. They run away from sickness. They run away from sickness. Why? He says, and yet, had they known the reward for making sabr while being sick and not complaining to anybody else, yes? Had they known on the day of judgment the reward they receive for it, they say, Ya Rabbi, why don't you make us sick every day of our lives? Let me tell you something else. Niqmah is a tribulation, is a test, imtihan, not a good one. No matter what you perceive to be as ni'mah, blessing, favor from Allah, if that blessing, if that ni'mah is stopping you from fulfilling your duties to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, your fara'id, they look like ni'mah, but in essence, in disguise, they are niqmah. That's from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You want wealth? Allah made you rich, but you don't have time to come to masjid anymore. No more salat on time. And you miss a couple of salats. Yeah, but I'm too busy, I've got the lawyers coming, I've got this coming. You don't know what is a blessing. Sometimes the test that you go through, the suffering that you go through, is the greatest blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In the time of ni'mah, we make shukr. In the time of niqmah, we are what? We need to make sabr. One of these two you can never avoid. Other two, I'll talk about it some other time. The last point in the hadith, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, when a person bows, respects and humbles himself, yes sir, yeah, purely because of his wealth, that Muslim has lost 2/3 of his religion. Remember first day or the second day when we spoke, Umar radiallahu anh said that izz dunya bil mal, the prestige of this world is through wealth. If you are rich, everybody, oh yes sir, let me shake your hand. Yes, money buys everything. But in Akhirah, the real medium of exchange, is what? Good deeds. Yes? So, in this world, people who have money, they act differently. They act superior to others. Because they can buy anything, they can buy bodyguards, they can buy expensive stuff, they're luxurious life. But that person, unless he is Ahl Taqwa, unless he's a good Muslim, unless he fulfills his duty towards the Muslim community, towards the deen, towards the da'wah, through this particular wealth that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to him, also as a test, he is the worst person on earth. He's Ahl Dunya. The criteria of Islam is to be Ahlul Akhirah, to focus on the hereafter. Every wealth is a test. Every state of poverty is also a test. A Muslim should not wish upon anybody. So when you see a person with wealth and he's a fasiq, he's a fajr, he is a kafir, he's a munafiq, certified, yes? If you were to act humble in front of him, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam says you have completely lost the plot and 2/3 of your deen is gone. Our criteria is taqwa. Our criteria is akhlaq. Our criteria is aqidah. Our criteria is adab. Yes? When you see a Muslim, doesn't matter he's wealthy or not, as long as he's Ahlul Taqwa, Ahlul La ilaha illallah, a person of ikhlas, sincerity, a person whose akhlaq shines, his adab shines, and his aqidah is correct, he could be the poorest person on earth, but in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this person is the person. And yet the other person changes his clothing to custom label design clothing every 5 minutes, and yet his heart is rotten, his heart is dead, and this person has no value in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you go and pay respects and bow down before a person whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not even see as anything worthy, to show respect to something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala belittles, you are making Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala angry. Therefore, 2/3 of your religion is gone. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us rich, but with taqwa. Faulkner Masjid. Yeah? That masjid is built by one person. One person. Nobody even knows his name. That was his condition. He says, I build the mosque, A to Z, everything I pay for. You don't mention my name, but use it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, La hasada illa fitnatayn. There is no envy except for two persons. Envy is admiration in here, not the negative one. One is, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a'tahu Allahu malan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given this person wealth, and he knows how to use this wealth to gain the good pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, His rida. Day and night he is spending. Any opportunity, any opportunity, any opportunity. I know such a person. A few. One is, probably he's not hearing, nobody will know except a couple of people. His name is Mahmud Kurkcu. He's in Istanbul. He started as little, but Allah gave him wealth. 1 year, our Jamaat is going to Hajj. At the Istanbul airport, the then government, who was not an Islamic government at that time, they have cancelled the flights just to cause harm to people. All the Hajjis are at the airport, but there are no flights. A couple of thousand people from our Jamaat going to Hajj. He jumps onto a plane, goes to Uzbekistan or Kazakhstan, one of those. Yeah? He hires 4 jumbo jets. 4 jumbo jets. Yeah? He pays from his own pocket. Nobody knows. And in a couple of hours' time, arrives in Istanbul, and everybody on the plane go to Hajj. They think that they already paid for the Hajj, but the flights were cancelled. Nobody knows. Such a rich person. This is the person that you can feel envious towards. You have ghibta towards. Another person, our Shaykh Rahmatullah alayhi, Muhammad Jushan, he used to say, his favorite person says, Abdullah ibn Mubarak, radiallahu anhu. Abdullah ibn Mubarak, one of the muhaddithun in the 3rd generation, radiallahu anhu. He was so rich, so rich. He's an alim of the highest caliber, and he's a mujahid. 6 months of the year, he will spend his time at the frontiers in jihad. When he used to fight, he used to cover his face. Nobody knows that he's the alim. He used to wear burqa, or what do you call? Niqab. So nobody knows. Other, he will teach 6 months and make business. And one particular year, they said, Shaykh, can we come to Hajj with you, please? He says, yes, no problem, let's go. How many people? Maybe 500 people. They said, but we can't go individual like this. There's one condition. You have to give all your money, your savings, whatever, for Hajj. Give it to my cashier, treasurer, and he will take it off you. And whenever you need from your money, you go and ask for your money, he will give you. Barakah. So we can have one spending. In the olden days, not just 6 hours or 3 hours of flying, months you walk on the camels, and you have to sit every 6 hours. You eat a nice, beautiful break, and all, like the iftar tonight. Can you imagine happening constantly until you go to Hajj, during Hajj, and on the way back? They do the Hajj, mashallah. Everybody's happy in heaven. And the last leg, before they return back to the home township, he says, okay, brothers, please go and ask the treasurer if there is any residue, any remaining money left of yours, so you can take it. So everything was recorded. They go to him, the treasurer, he says, my name is Mahmud. Okay, Mahmud, Hajj Mahmud, Mabruk, mashallah, here is your leftover. What? The initial money they gave in a pouch which was sealed, untouched. He says, this is your money. This is our gift to you. The second person comes, the same thing. In other words, the Sheikh paid for everybody's Hajj and returned the Hajj money back to them as a gift. That's rich. That's rich. That's where hit on the bullseye at all times. Okay? The second Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says, the one that you feel ghibta towards is what?
Quran, learning and teaching.
Learning and teaching. A person is an alim who learns and teaches it to others. As long as that ilm is staying, that those books are read and studied from until Qiyamah, they will get full hasanat. So two persons. An alim, you feel ghibta towards, you admire, you want exactly the same. Second one is who? The first one is a wealthy person, and second one is the alim. So our criterion is a person of ilm, a person of taqwa, a person of haya, a person of iman, person of honesty and dignity, not a person of wealth. That's ahl dunya. Therefore, if you put value onto something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala belittles, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala despises, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees it as mal'oon, as cursed, then you are part of that world, not the world of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت وحدك لا شريك لك نستغفرك ونتوب إليك لله تعالى الفاتحة.